Hello, we are inside of a test page for Squarespace. I just uploaded this theme template, and this is all demo site right here. This is just showing you what you are capable of doing. I didn't create this, but you can make a really nice little website through Squarespace. To get to all your different pages in your navigation, you have it here. If you want to add a new page, you click this. If you want to add a new page but you don't want it to be in your menu up here, you add it down there. I already started the new page, the cool page, but all you would do is go new page. You gotta label your page. We'll just call it new. And then this is new. They didn't have this before, but you can actually just pick the template you want. Depending on, it's a contact page, a details page. Let's say it's detail page with pictures and then text. So let's go ahead and start editing. And then the majority of your editing, you're just inside this page right here clicking around. You want to go into the text, you can go into the text here. You want to add an image, you just click add image, it pops up a box to add your image. You want to make the spacer smaller or bigger, you can drag them. This is called a spacer. And then based on your spacers, how wide your page is. You can add new things, you just click the dot and it's going to add either text, or you want to add a quote, or you want to add an audio file, video file, a gallery, a map, open table, bands in town, some commerce stuff. Really easy to do. It's all kind of drop in. As far as like the aesthetics of the page, like the coloring here and the color of this, it's really easy on Squarespace. So first you have to hit save no matter what you do here to reopen your navigation over here. And you go to design. And inside the design, you're going to be able to do things that affect all of your pages. So logo and title. This changes the logo and title up there on the upper left, but it changes it on every single page. So once I do that, now no matter what page I click, that'll be, I have to save it first. But now no matter what page I click, it'll say Drew's site. Because in the design section is where it affects the whole page. So for example, the style editor. If I want to change the color of my logo, now this gives you all your options, but like let's say I only want to know about my logo, I click this. Now it's only going to show me my capabilities in changing the logo here. So I can do the title font. Just click this down arrow. I can change the font here by clicking it, and I have all these options. Let's click out. I have the style, heavy. We can go like medium. See, it's medium now. And then the font size, we can go big. But again, that's going to change your navigation a little bit. Uppercase or lowercase, what direction, let's go underline, or decoration, not direction. And then letter spacing, like how much, see how you can do a lot here, even though it doesn't seem like a lot. It doesn't seem like a lot. Now we have page titles and descriptions. We can click this and it gives us our content area. We can click down at the footer and it's going to give our footer our options. Like let's say we don't like, that's text color. The background color, there we go. And let's say we want blue. Now it's blue. Now it's this tealish color. And then dark red. Then we got two colors going on here. So you can go red, kind of pinkish, yellowish. And or you can restore to defaults. And that'll refresh everything to the original status, the original look. So pretty cool that you can make one change in the design center and it changes all of your page's looks. So it's very powerful, and it seems like it's going to take you all this time. But once you get like your logo and your colors in, it's just a matter of copying and pasting your information and making it look the way you want it to look. So Squarespace is really easy to use. It does have a learning curve, but I think you're going to do just fine, especially if you just look at like the demo websites and look at other people's websites for influence. That'll help you a lot. Commerce is really easy. You can add inventory. You can add a product. So once we have the products page, we can click add, and we can just, is it a physical product, a digital product, a service product, physical, and we can do pricing and variance. We can enter in the pricing, how many we have in stock, how much do they weigh, dimensions, the item information. You can type it all in here. What it is exactly, upload pictures. You can even social share it. Once you connect your Pinterest and your Facebook and your Twitter, it's easy to just push them out. When you do save and publish, it automatically publishes to those outlets. So it's got a lot of really cool, easy to use tools. And that's why I like Squarespace. It's a little pricey, but they have some cool designs, and a lot of the work is done for you already. So it's just kind of like a little playground, and play in the playground, and you'll figure it out. Next up in the class is Etsy. I have a few of you in the class that do want to start your own Etsy shop as well. I think you should have an Etsy shop and your own website. The reason why you should not only have just an Etsy is because if you're doing all this promotion on social media and out there at like you're going out and you're doing like flea markets and stuff like that, and you're just on your business card you're telling people to go to your website and it just takes them to Etsy, then you're giving Etsy all of that traffic, and you should be collecting that traffic and being able to have that control. So I think you should have an Etsy and a website. But if you just want to start up really quick, then maybe start with an Etsy as you're building your website, because it's really easy to just get started on Etsy to get those sales moving, get them started, get the exposure started. So what are the fees for selling on Etsy? It's actually completely free to create the account. So as you're building the account, it's going to cost you nothing but your time to get that site up and running. When you want to finally list an item for sale, though, so people can buy from your shop, it is 20 cents for 4 months. So it's a listing fee. After 4 months, it expires if you don't sell it, or if you do sell it as well. It's the 20 cents per item. Now, if you have an item that comes in variations, for example, like jewelry can come in different types of metals. So let's say you have a piece of jewelry that looks the same, but you can order it in gold or white gold or rose gold. That would actually just be the cost of one listing. But if you have two different types of jewelry altogether, that's 20 cents each. Now, let's say you have 10 of them and you sell one, but you have 10 of the exact same item for sale. Your listing fee is covered for 4 months for 10 items. So it isn't per item as much as it's per listing. Per unique listing is how I would say it. Now, on top of that, Etsy, this is where Etsy does charge a transaction fee, and this is really where it adds up as well, is they're going to take 3.5% of all your sales. So if you sell something, not only do you have to charge to list it, but you have to get a charge to sell it. And then on top of that, you do have to pay a transaction fee as well, which is like the credit card fee to take on credit cards. And it's very similar to Stripe or PayPal. Stripe and PayPal are 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction. Etsy's 3% plus 25 cents. So, it's 0.11% more, which isn't isn't horrible, but it's still between this and the processing fees for processing the payment. There goes 6.5%, which isn't bad. It isn't bad. Just make sure that these fees are built into your cost structure, so you're not eating any of those costs. So it's fairly inexpensive, but do know these are the costs. Okay, so let's go ahead and sell on Etsy. Open your Etsy shop. You could do it with the automatic thing on Facebook or Google. Okay, so we're just going to click somebody else's account because they want you to enter in all your account information and credit cards and all that to get started. But let's just look at somebody else's account. So I search earrings and I go to their listing page. You can see this person has over 3,000 reviews, so that's really good because people are going to automatically trust them, and they have really good reviews as well, 5 stars. But you can go to their shop. You can click their logo and go to their shop. And you can see a picture of their shop owner. That's something you should do, is post a picture of yourself. You put your name. You can put like a little picture to your left, which is your kind of your logo, where you're from, how many sales you have. That's automatic. You can turn that on or off. You can favorite the shop. It tells you how long they've been on Etsy. You have like a little her tagline. That's what I'm trying to get to. And then you have your announcements. You could write anything you want here. You have the announcements. You have the capability of changing your announcements on your page. You have the ability to change your navigation here and what different types of categories you want. You have the ability to turn on and off the request custom order button. And some of you asked me about, we do custom orders. This is great. You can click this button and you can see when you need it by. You can attach an image if it's like, I'm trying to get something to match this if I'm a customer. And then I can say, I'm looking for like a 9x9 bow and arrow, maybe. I don't know. Whatever you're looking for, you can send this and then go straight to the owner, and the owner could reply back with a quote. and maybe a picture and any other information. The other thing you need to do when you open Etsy is you have to really set up your About Us page and give them, post some really cool pictures of yourself and share your story at the bottom here. You can use your social media links. That you can have your own personal bio here. And then you have your shop policies. As far as like policies, like refunds and exchanges, shipping policies, and payment policies, just copy somebody else's that you feel comfortable with. She's doing a 30-day money back refund. I think 14 days is pretty standard, at least 14. So I've ran a few shops now, and I rarely get returns. It's very rare. I know a lot of people are worried that you're gonna get stuck with all these returns and you're gonna lose money. And I mean, for the one return you may get like once every 6 months or whatever, it's not gonna be the end of the world. And a lot of time they just want exchanging. They don't necessarily want their money back. So I think you're gonna be all right. And then you can see her item listings, what they look like. She has the quantity, how many you want to order. She has this is the variation. You can do different variations. You can ask a question about this item. You can favorite the item, which the shop owner is notified when you favorite it. You can share it on social media. You can add it to your list if you had lists. And again, your shipping and policies are again here. So when you create a shop, you're going to be able to type this up yourself, and it's going to be accessible to all the customers to see your policies. You also set your shipping and handling fees as well as your shipping and handling times as well. That's all up to you. So it's super flexible. Some things that I think I see that are most common errors on Etsy is, for example, I see people that I went to high school with and I'm Facebook friends with them, and then they all of a sudden start a Etsy shop and they're charging like $4 or $5 for their items. And I'm just thinking like they don't realize how much time they're putting into these items. Like one person was making soap, and it's like, sure, you can make the soap for $1 or $2, but then you're gonna package it, you're gonna ship it, you're gonna send it out, you're gonna do all that for $7, like $2 for shipping, and then $5 for the thing. And it's like, after you pay for your raw materials and you're paying for your time to make the soap and you're paying for that, you're making like $1 an hour for yourself. That's unsustainable. Even if you start selling 10 a day, it's an unsustainable business model. So I feel that something I see is make sure you're charging the right amount of money, and it's even worth your time. Because I know everyone wants to get their brand started and get out there, but if you're losing money or your business doesn't make financial sense, you're gonna lose money. You're gonna hit into a roadblock, and you're gonna waste all this time. So think about that before you get started. Is what do you need to charge to make this work? Other than that, my experience selling on Etsy has been really good. I find there's a lot of nice people on here. I think it's really great because of the search function. There's a lot of people searching out there, and this gives you more exposure. The next topic is all on pictures. And how do you get them? How do you edit them? What's the resolution you need? Usually pictures are in pixels. This one, for example, if you hit resize, you can see that it's 768 by 1024 pixels. And then I can do percentage as well. I'm in a free program right now called Microsoft Paint. And it's very limited at what it can do, but it could do a lot. Like if I only want this dog's face, I could just click that tool, Control X, cut that out, File New, don't save it, and now I can just kind of move this up. And now I've just turned that one picture into this dog's face. So you're going to notice that the picture is much smaller now, but I have it. I can even double up the size if I need to, but this is going to distort it a little bit, but not bad, right? So, and then I can zoom in and zoom out with this as well with my scroll button. I can erase certain things, like if I don't want this gate here, I can erase it and figure I can paint over it with some black. But now it's not looking so good. This picture's going downhill really quickly. So if I was really meticulous though, and I like zoomed in on this really a lot, and I like spent my time painting it, I could get away with it. Maybe. Not this though, but you see what I'm saying? You have some flexibility here, and it's a free program. Now, if you have Photoshop or Fireworks or something like that, now you're talking some serious editing abilities. But I want to start off with showing you some free options. The other one that I like is Canva, and this company just got a bunch of capital investment, so a lot of people see a big future in this company. And see, they already have an upgrade button, so I know that this won't be free for much longer. But let's say we're doing a social media post. You can click that, and all you do is you create an account. It's free. You can create like a layout like this. Free. There's even free photos I can choose from, like a cactus, and I can add it into this full. Like I started with this one, and I can move this around. I can move that around. And this program, you're going to get a lot more. I can even change the font if I click this and then go here. Oh, I think you got to drag this over. Yeah, see? I can rotate it here. I can make it smaller. I can hit the trash button, delete. Make some really cool like banners, social media content. You want to make like a background for your website. You can just, So there you go. I made that cactus with the gray background. And then now I could go back to my website or my Etsy, and I can upload this, or go to my Facebook page and upload it. As far as image sizes, you definitely want a higher resolution image. You always want to work in high resolution, like really big files, like 1,000 or 2,000 pixels per size. And let's say it's too big for your application, then it's really easy to go into a program like this and just go to the resize and then resize it. So file extensions, the most common one is a JPEG. You're going to see that all the time. But sometimes you might be working with some other file extensions like a PNG or a GIF or a TIFF. And this is the way they're compressed, the way they're held. And sometimes you might want to change the file extension. So you'll go into like a program like Paint, you'll say open file, and you say save as, and as you can see, I can save it as any of these options. I can save it as a TIFF. So I can say dog as TIFF, and then now I have a TIFF, because some websites only take JPEGs or only take TIFFs. So this is a way that you can convert the file fairly easily. There are other ways, but this way is very, very simple. Another thing that people do is they see a picture online that they want, but sometimes you can right click and just do save picture as and save it, or copy the picture and paste it, but sometimes you can't. So what you need for that is to print the screen, and basically what that does is it's going to take a picture of this screen right here on your keyboard, PRTSCN. You go ahead and click that button just once. You'll go over to your Paint application, Control V. So here it is. You can see my whole screen. I can even see my tabs up here. Anyways, what I would now do is make sure these two things aligned and go something like that. I then Control Exit. See, I missed a little of it, but you can zoom in and really get it tight if you want to. And then New, don't save, and then let's zoom out. There it is, and then make this lock onto a little better. So now we have this perfect image, and then we can just do save as, and now we can save it as a JPEG and guitar. And now we have a guitar picture from that picture just by using the print screen button on your keyboard. It's usually in the upper right hand corner. Last topic of today's class is all on devices and taking photos. Most new cell phones, like any cell phone made past 2010, is going to take amazing photos, any smartphone. Just some words of caution is A, hold your phone like this even when you're taking photos or videos. It's just going to take a widescreen versus a vertical shot. The vertical photos aren't as big of a deal as the videos, but the videos are going to look like this. And that doesn't look very professional. The other thing is, if you have a choice, use the rear facing camera. So like this Samsung right here, it has a camera in the top right here, and it also has one in the back. The back one though has a flash, and it has a way higher resolution on the rear facing camera. So when you're taking a picture, make sure you're holding your camera like this person here, taking your photo like that. As far as photography lighting, I mean, if you can get away with sunlight, you don't need these really professional lights. You just want to make sure that wherever you're doing it, you do have good lights. Now, if you do have something that is sensitive to lights, like jewelry, or you're doing art stuff, you might want to invest in a diffuser box like this. And what this does is it allows you to put lights on the outside and then put the object in the inside, and it diffuses a lot of the glare, as well as it gives it a little more of a natural lighting. And you can get these kits for fairly cheap. I think they're a good investment if you are really serious about getting really nice photos. But to get started, I think what you should be doing is using a really nice phone, or go out and buy a nice camera if you have the budget. Make sure the photos look good from the beginning. If you're a little iffy about the pictures, like they don't look that amazing on the screen of the camera you're using, they're probably not going to look that amazing on your computer, and it's way harder to make a bad image look good than it is to just retake that image and work with that. You're usually almost always better off reshooting the picture. If you have the budget for Photoshop or Fireworks or something like that, a more premium program, then go ahead and do that. But as you saw, there are tools online that you can get started and do this on a shoestring budget without spending all that money. If you have any questions, please comment below. Otherwise, please email me, and I'll look forward to the next class. All right. Happy studies.